Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us and taking our time to attend this special fireside chat with industry experts to learn more about the newly launched Plant Design WorkSuite by Bentley Systems. The software included in this worksuite have been a part of the Plant Design solutions by Bentley, but recently bundled together, making it extremely cost efficient to use these modules in tandem to improve your project workflow, deliverables, and the bottom line. Let's meet our speakers for today from the application engineering team. We have Patrick, Alvin, and Siri with us today. Patrick, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. I'm Patrick Wicki, part of Bentley's solution engineering organization. I'm leading a team of solution engineers covering pretty much everything to do with plant design related queries. And I'm very excited about the recent release of the Plant Design WorkSuite. And back to you, Meenakshi.
Thanks, Patrick. Alvin, could you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alvin Losala, and I am a senior application engineer in Bentley Systems. So I'm taking care of the plant design solution, including the plant workset. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alvin. Siri.
Hi everyone, so my name is Sirimada, or you can call me Siri as my colleague call me. So I am an application engineer for Bentley Systems. So I'm taking care of the plant solution, including with some of the electrical software as well. Yeah, thank you. Minashi,
Okay,
back to
great.
you.
Thank you. Thanks, Siri. And I'm Meenakshi. I'm your host for today, and I'm also the sales engineer for building and plant products in Southeast Asia. Please reach out to any of us should you have any further information, should you need any further information. And so what industries does the Plant Design WorkSuite really cater to? It is primarily used in mining, water and wastewater, process, power generation, oil and gas industries. So if you're working in any of these industries and would like to explore Bentley's Plant Design WorkSuite, please reach out to us to discuss more about this. And the Plant Design WorkSuite is used for any type of project, whether it's brand new facilities being planned from ground zero, or a major expansion which would come over, which would be like a greenfield project, or if you're working on minor upgrades and extensions which are considered brownfield projects. OpenPlant is widely used both by engineering, procurement, and construction companies and owner operators both. So, plant owner operators are adopting early stage engineering design solutions for new and costly capex greenfield projects, facilitating a seamless transition to high operational performance, improved margins, and profitability. They are urging engineering, procurement, and construction companies to engage in the initial plant design phases, allowing owner operators to actively shape handover requirements and prevent any unexpected issues during the actual handover, extending this approach to subsequent upgrades in the asset's lifecycle. Before we move on, I quickly want to go over the best way to purchase the Plant Design WorkSuite. It's an efficient, cost effective, and transparent way to purchase Bentley software online. You can visit our web store. The website link is given here. You can scroll down to the Plant Design brands where you can see the different modules offered, like we have OpenPlant Modeler, OpenPlant P&IDs, isometrics, and so on. And along with that is the newly offered Plant Design WorkSuite. You can check the price in your region and purchase it online simply by adding to cart and just checking out. So purchasing the annual subscription comes not only with the software, of course, at a very affordable price. It's an annual subscription, but it also ensures success for your team by including training and project support hours from our product experts such as our speakers for today. So Patrick, Alvin, and Siri will delve deeper into the benefits of the Plant Design WorkSuite, but for now, let me go over the cost savings with this new offering. The WorkSuite encompasses complete version of all modules, offering a cost that is less than 20% of the combined expenses associated with acquiring each module independently. It provides a more economical alternative compared to individual plant design modules like OpenPlant Modeler and Bentley Raceway cable management, resulting in instant cost savings if you'd like to acquire those software. Opting for any two modules within the worksheet still ensures a lower subscription cost compared to subscribing to those modules individually. So today, the speakers will delve into the OpenPlant Project Administrator, highlighting its role as a unified platform. They will explore the cloud-based data manager and discuss its advantages for managing project data efficiently. The session will cover the benefits of integrating OpenPlant Support Engineering into the daily workflows, and a focus will also be placed on the production of deliverables, specifically the isometrics and orthographics, and how they contribute to the project outcomes. The presentation will detail the integration and capabilities of Bentley Raceway cable management with OpenPlant Modeler, and Siri will then shed light on the utilization of Bentley Raceway and cable management in the various industries beyond its primary application as well. Sorry, let me go forward. And handing over to you, Patrick, let me share your screen, and I have a question for you. Let me share your screen first.
Yes, please.
There you go. Okay, so let's delve into the seamless integration offered by WorkSuite. Can you shed light on whether there's a unified platform that efficiently manages the various applications within a single project?
Thank you, Meenakshi. Yes, indeed, the project administrator that is part of the OpenPlant suite of solutions enables the admin to create and configure all the different applications that make up the work suite. As you can see here, I highlighted those. So you got a one-stop shop for all these different modules, including pro structures you may notice there, which is not part of the work suite, but it's part of the admin interface. So that means it's quite efficient. You don't have to spend time searching for different files to configure the system. Also worth to mention maybe here is that all these different solution or software packages share the same unified platform, which is MicroStation. What else can we do here? If I just go, we do also have in Project Administrator the capability to set up the collaboration with our digital twin solution, iTwin, where we then synchronize all information over to the digital twin and back to the design. What can be done in the project administrator as well is to collaborate, take advantage of the project delivery solution for collaboration, document management, transmittal, which is project-wise. So all at one spot, if you like, and actually.
Okay, that's great. So Patrick, OpenPlant also seems to introduce a cloud-based data manager. Could you elaborate on how this feature enhances the project efficiency and collaboration?
Yes, of course, and that's actually quite an exciting addition to our solution. Maybe first to mention that all these applications, all the solutions that make this work suite, they're also operable on a standalone mode. Don't need to sync information to a database. But indeed, we have this cloud-based data manager. So let me quickly show you a little bit of how these different modules work together. So we have what we call the functional design with OpenPlant P&ID. We have on the design side also the physical design, which includes OpenPlant Modeler, and then Bentley Raceway and cable management, which is part of this work suite as well, which I'm quite excited about. And then, of course, OpenPlant Support Engineering, which is new to Virtuoso, which enables us, and then Alvin is going to elaborate more on that, to really design those detailed supports. So on the design side, we then have on the deliverable side, which then also Alvin is going to give us a bit more insight, OpenPlant Isometrics Manager and Orthographics Manager. And in between, there is our iTwin solution. And within that iTwin, we have the Engineering Data Manager. And the OpenPlant application, design application, do indeed connect bidirectionally with that cloud-based Engineering Data Manager, which is then accessible for everyone at any time. So you don't have to worry where you are. You can always go and access that information, and that certainly saves a lot of time. To showcase you that workflow a little bit, so how does it work between P&ID and then the 3D model, and a little bit of how the Engineering Data Manager works, I prepared here a little video I will show you a typical workflow where I create a pump, first in P&ID, show you that in Data Manager, use it in the 3D space. So let me start the video. And here, this is the interface of OpenPlant P&ID. It's got all these different topics for equipment or piping, like in here, the valves. And in this case, I'm going to use an assembly. So Assembly Manager makes part of OpenPlant P&ID as well. Place that pump assembly. I can manage how I want to number those different individual components. Place it in my P&ID and then just drag those pipes. And you'll notice it obviously moves all the valves and piping components with it. Maybe just quickly here also show that when we place a valve, we have spec-driven mode. That means it checks the pipe spec of any available components for that size and spec. So just going to complete this situation here by placing some reducers after the valve here and then on the lower side there as well. So that's really a very brief introduction to OpenPlant P&ID. Now let's go and sync this information that we just added there with our iTwin, digital twin, so that Data Manager gets those updates. I can enable this view here that shows me what has been added and modified. If I'm okay, I sync it, add a comment, so it tracks all the changes as well, which is another benefit. And once it's synced, we'll get a successful message there. Here in Data Manager, just quickly go into the pump section. There is our pump that we just created. I can go here and for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to create another pump. So you can see a bit of the different pump that's been created. Data Manager first, not via the P&ID. So all this is customizable depending on the setup of your OpenPlant schemas. Once I'm happy with that new pump, I just add it to the database. So here there's some other features like data sheets, bulk tag import, edit mode. You can export to Excel and bring it back into Excel. So everything that you would expect from a data manager interface. The query browser, very powerful tool. We can create queries like if it's an SQL database. So here the pump that has already been there, 2D, 3D. I got the new pump here only and the new tag that I have just created before. So I can run this kind of queries either for bill of materials or like in this case to check 2D, 3D consistency. In the 3D space now, I want to place the same pump here. I have here a little space prepared. So first, what I'm doing in my case here, run a consistency manager. Consistency manager allows me to query whatever there is in plant side. It will show me then also, in this case, I just query the equipment. It will show us what has been placed already with these icons there. It shows me it's in P&ID or just in P&ID or P&ID and 3D as well when they're the both icons. So I got a full interface of what's the current state of this tag. So I'm going to take the tag or the pump I just placed in the P&ID and want to place it into this 3D space. And you may notice in the consistency manager, it has added that second 3D symbol to this tag. Changes, I can go and also submit those changes back to the database, which is the cloud-based data manager. So in my case, I just use the update. I could also go and check it back in. It would empty my current drawing. So just update the database with this pump. And again, like in P&ID, I can go and add a text, what this update is about. And again, we can track those changes of what happened in the database. Maybe just quickly go back to the data manager to see what has changed now after I refresh the query with that pump, the 101B. And you see now it's 2D and 3D, and the tag is consistent. So that's very brief, very quick, a little bit of an insight of the workflow between 2D and 3D using Engineering Data Manager, Meenakshi.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks, Alvin. Thanks, Patrick. I'm going to move on to Alvin. I have some questions for Alvin. So Alvin, can you provide more details on what components are encompassed within OpenPlant Support Engineering? Additionally, how can users optimize the benefits of OpenPlant Support Engineering or OPSE within their daily workflow? And let me share your screen.
Yeah, hi, Meenakshi. Thank you for that. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon again, everyone. So let's discuss a quick overview of OpenPlant Support Engineering. So adding another piece to the Plant Design WorkSuite, it is the OpenPlant Support Engineering. It is a plant design solution to design supports. And that will help us accelerate the plant design process by quickly modeling complex supports and support assemblies. So OpenPlant Support Engineering includes over 22,000 supports from multiple vendor catalogs. So the software not only has the typical type of pipe attachment or support assemblies and support hardwares, but also tray supports and HVAC supports. These will significantly improve the productivity by utilizing the vendor catalogs while increasing the accuracy by eliminating those errors introduced when interpreting and modeling the vendor specifications. So users can then browse and select the appropriate supports without having to model by themselves. And finally, users can then generate the detailed support drawings with multiple views, with bill of materials and a notes section in addition to the drawing section. So users will get reliable construction deliverables by eliminating those manual take-ups. So this allows you to save time during the design phase and avoid construction delays. So I have a quick video here to demonstrate the placement and generation of support assembly drawing. So in this example, we are looking at a clamp with spring and welding rod type of support assembly that we will place to the selected pipe and structural element. OpenPlant Support Engineering detects the pipe component and structural element boundaries and generating the appropriate pipe associations and dimensional requirements. So the software will then auto-generate the appropriate 3D model. We can then go to the support drawing production menu and generate and select the support assembly. So the software will auto-generate the support assembly drawing, including the bill of materials and the part callouts. So that's a quick overview about the OpenPlant support engineering workflows. Back to you, Meenakshi.
Okay, thank you, Alvin. So also let's zoom in on the workflow from design to the production of deliverables. Could you walk us through the process, particularly in terms of isometric and orthographics generation?
Yeah, sure. Two of the major deliverables of a plant design project are the isometrics, or we call it piping isos, and orthographics drawing. So preparing these deliverable drawings requires large amount of time to produce, and with the numerous amount of modifications throughout the phases of the project, so this is a very tedious manual task. So let's now explore the options for the isometrics manager. So there are two options to use the isometric manager. So the most common workflow is using the isometric inside the OpenPlant Modeler. We call it the end session ISO generation. So in this session, this is a great tool for the designers so that they can use it to prove their work as an ad hoc design checkup. So you can see after modeling the 3D model inside OpenPlant Modeler, ISO sheets can then be generated inside a pipeline manager. So let's select one active pipeline. You can review it in the session, and then you can click Generate. So ISO Generator will generate the ISO sheets in the background. So the resulting ISOs can then be opened for review and add further markups if required. The resulting ISOs can then be opened, okay? And then Isometric Manager produces a very high quality ISO sheets with accurate bill of materials and customizable reports such as the cutting and welding list. Okay, so that's for the in-session isometric generation. So let's go ahead to the other type of workflow. So we call it the out-session ISO generation. So this is another option if you want to output your isometrics in a different fashion, or if you want the flexibility to have any project participant in any location to produce isometrics from the data, from the data or the latest data in the data manager in the cloud. So let's have a look at this out-session isometric production. So the OpenPlant Manager Out Session interface allows you to produce multiple types of isometrics from the data taken directly from the entire project model. So the first thing you'll notice is that we are connected to the Cloud Data Manager, and we have the ability to refresh and get or pull out the latest data at any time that we want. So next thing you'll see is that all the ISO sheets from the entire project are available to generate at your leisure in the Out Session interface. So, but we can also break down the isometrics in different ways. So you can run service isometrics by breaking down the data by service and running the entire ISO sheets. Multiple ISO sheets can also be selected and added to the task or generation task to be generated in a single click. So like for this one, for example, we are adding multiple isometrics and then we can generate it in a single click. So in addition, OpenPlant Isometrics Manager can be outputted into different formats, like different CAD formats in a PDF or a PCF file format. So OpenPlant Isometrics Manager is a truly flexible application that will save you engineering time by producing isometrics on demand from any project participant at any time. So that's all about the Isometrics Manager. So moving to the Orthographics Manager. Second. So OpenPlant Orthographics Manager is an easy-to-use Windows-based application. So this is designed to produce fast and high-quality general arrangement and section drawings. So, but not just the drawings, but it generates high-quality annotations and labels as well. And finally, it supports multiple views in one orthographic sheet. OpenPlant Orthographics Manager reduces the complexity in defining and managing the 2D views. OpenPlant Administrator at the first stage can define necessary settings to facilitate project requirements like the borders, the hidden line options, dimensions, and annotations. It also allows users to automatically create single or double line drawing output through a simple configuration setting for the same model. So enabling line display to be controlled through pipe size, increasing the legibility on a very high detailed drawing. So designers can interactively select the required clipping sections and add multiple views for the definition files. It also supports cloud-based model referencing with the ability to change the view scale as well as the rotation of the model. So this helps for easier management of multiple and composite views, leading to the better quality and time savings. So by clicking the generate button here, so the application quickly reads the intelligence of the 3D and transposing that to the orthographics drawing. So OpenPlant Orthographics Manager's enhanced algorithm quickly finds free spaces in general arrangement drawings for labeling and various design components, such as the instrument, support, nozzles, reducers, and line numbers. So annotations are placed at distinctive locations for the optimized readability in clear space, eliminating the markups and drawing rework. So that's a quick overview of OpenPlant Isometrics and Orthographics Manager. Back to you, Meenakshi.
I mean, actually, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Oops, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on to Bentley Raceway and Cable Management, also called BRCM, which is a part of the Plant Design WorkSuite. Siri, could you introduce the concept of BRCM? And let me share your screen. There you go.
Okay. Sure, Minashi. So Bentley Raceway and Cable Management, or BRCM, it is the first and only application that improves quality and efficiency of raceway design by seamlessly integrating the intelligent raceway design, automatic cable management, drawings, and report creation together. Yeah, Minashi, hope this will get you some idea what BRCM does.
Yeah, sure. And I believe BRCM also integrates with OpenPlant Modeler. So, how does BRCM seamlessly align with the modeling process, and what advantages does this integration bring to the table?
Yeah, it is actually a very good question, Minashi. But before I go to the BRCM and OpenPlant Modeler integration topic, I would like to explain to you a little bit about the typical workflow in BRCM. So there are mainly 6 steps in BRCM. The first 2 steps are for the 3D model design. You can choose to design either the raceway model first or the equipment model first. For the raceway model, you will be able to design both overhead and underground raceway systems such as the cable tray, basket, ladder, conduit, duct bank, including with the manhole design and trench design. And for the equipment design, it is not only the electrical equipment that would work in BRCM, but the plant equipment from OpenPlant Modeler will definitely work as well, and we will talk about it later. Then we will go with the third step, that is the cable list import. You just need the cable list Excel file to import into BRCM. And after we have all this information ready from the step 1, 2, 3, we are gonna continue with the fourth step, which is the automatic cable routing. It is very easy step, and the software will need only need the few minutes for routing all your cables into your Raceway model from step 1 and connecting them with your equipment model from step 2. Then you will be able to get the cable length and all of your you will be able to get the cable length of your cables, and you also can generate the cable reports such as the cable drums, cable pull cards, including with the 3D routed cable model. And lastly, finishing off the workflow with the construction drawing using the automatic 2D extraction tool from BRCM. And of course, we cannot skip the class detection tool and the automatic report generation feature for you to easily extract the reports such as the BOQ, BOM, cables, shadow, and so on. Okay. Well, that was all the typical steps or typical workflow in BSM. So now we are going to talk about the BRCM and OpenPlant Modeler integration. It is not complicated at all, Minashi. Basically, you can finish the step 1 and the step 2 that I mentioned earlier in OpenPlant Modeler instead of doing it in BRCM. You'll probably get the clear picture after watching this workflow video that I am going to show you. So let's give the intro. And here you can see I have my OpenPlant Modeler open with the plant model. I have the plant equipment ready in the model as well as you can see in the video. Okay, so I will just design the raceway in OpenPlant Modeler by using the BRCM Raceway Design tool called the Raceway Router. Okay. So that's the area that I would like to insert the raceway model. So once the raceway router dialog appears, you can easily select the raceway type. In this case, I will select the cable basket, then continue selecting the raceway catalog and the raceway site that you want. In this case, I will connect the new raceway model with the existing part. Okay, we'll continue with the straight part, and then you can see how smooth I did. You don't need to worry about the fittings like the bent part at all because the software will perfectly and automatically generate them for you. Okay, and if you notice, I have the simple 2D lines in the model as well, and in BRCM, we have the very helpful tool called Raceway generator. It will convert your 2D lines into the 3D Raceway model. I will convert it to 3D conduit model. In this example, you can assign the additional properties for the cable routing as well. Basically, these properties will tell the software how cables can be routed through this raceway. Okay. Once you're done selecting all the properties, just click OK. And done. Now you already have the 3D Raceway model. Look at how fast it was and how perfect the bend part was generated. And after this, we will continue in BRCM. I will use the OpenPlant Project Administrator Connection Edition version to open BRCM, you see here. And then I will use the tool called iModel Import to seamlessly apply all the raceway and equipment data that you designed previously in OpenPlant Modeler and proceed with the automatic cable routing features in BRCM. So in this step, you don't need to do anything much, just leave it to the software. Okay, once it is done, the software will ask you what block you would like to show as the representation of the OpenPlant Modeler's equipment placement. Again, not duplicated, just representation. Okay, so in this case, I will just choose the simple box as you see from the video. Okay, then you can continue the other step that I mentioned in the workflow, like the cable list, import, automatic cable routing to the extraction and report generation in BRCM from now on. And it is really easy as well to activate BRCM Raceway Design tool in OpenPlant Modeler. You just have to check on this box during the OpenPlant Model installation. So, if you are curious how we are going to do the other steps in BRCM, we can catch up for more details later if you want. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Siri. So another question for you. Is that right that BRCM can be used in multiple industries? And could you delve deeper into its cable management capabilities applying across the different industries?
Oh, okay. That's right, Minashi. Apart from the plant industry that we are focusing on today, you also can use BRCM in many industry as shown in this slide. Let's say rail and transit. I will just click on here and you can see some of the underground raceway like the duct bank model and some of the equipment model that were designed in BRCM alongside with the rail track. And the rail track model from our open road designer or open rail designer. Okay, and maybe let's see another example from the mining industry. So in here, you can see some of the trench and the equipment models that were designed in BRCM, and surely you can have the routed cable in the model as well. I also have the short video of how BRCM model would look like in each industry. Let's watch it together.
Okay.
And just to take note that the BRCM model that you see in the video, okay, it's not just mainly raceway and equipment model, but it also includes all the routed cable model as well. Start with the power generation project, and then you can see I have some of the underground raceway system, including with the manhole. I think is it lacking video? Yeah, okay, let's start it again. Yeah, so this is some underground raceway system connect with the control room, and let's see the next industry. This is the buildings and campuses project. I connect all the electrical equipment together with some of the underground raceway system. And then you can see some of the routed cables through the models as well. So here is the water and wastewater project. And then if you notice, I have some of the routed cables that are laid down in the raceway model as well. And following by the utility substation and networks, I have some of the substation model here from our software called Open Utility Substation, and use BRCM to generate the Raceway and generate the cable routing part to connect all facilities together. I think the next one maybe is the offshore and chips. So this one I have the example of the cable ladder, including with the routed cables in the ships over here, connecting all the junction box together. And the last one with the plant industry or plant project, as you can see here. It's the same model as you can see from the previous video, and then you can see some of the routed cables following with the Raceway model. And yeah, Minashi,
Okay,
I
great.
hope I clearly answered your question.
Yes, thank you so much. That was great. So let's look at some of the questions that we have here in the comment section. I'm bringing up one from a user, and let's see whoever is able to take this. Mr. Thar, I guess, one question: if drafter changes and is synchronized during offline conditions, will it be synchronized automatically when it becomes online again?
Maybe I take this one. So it will not synchronize automatically. So you would just go through the normal workflow by syncing from either P&ID and the OpenPlant Modeler side. So certainly you can work offline, you can add pipelines, you can do further design. The risk obviously is then when you're offline, someone else on a different drawing could potentially create the same tag. So that will then be resolved when you then try to resync. It will come up, hey, this tag is duplicate, which one you want to keep, or we want to give it a new name. But you would have to press the button to sync it back into the iTwin. I hope that answers the question.
And it's also a good chance for our audience. If you have any questions, you can still, while we are taking some more questions, you could post your questions in the comments section and we can take it live. Or if it's something you want to email to us, you could do that as well. So another question for you, is the cloud-based data manager an additional license, or is it included with OpenPlant?
I'm not sure if I may have forgotten to mention that, and that's why this question came up. So yes, the data manager is part of your OpenPlant license, so you don't have to purchase anything extra to make use of this very efficient tool or feature.
Right. Another one, Patrick, does OpenPlant also have HVAC modeling capabilities?
Yes, we could not, in this short time, we could not show you all the nice features that we offer. And as a matter of fact, actually, HVAC has just gone through a major update. We have a very large user in Europe who is mainly using HVAC, as a matter of fact, all from OpenPlant. And they updated, I'm not sure when, to Connect Edition. And with that, the HVAC has become a total update, and it's a really great tool. I hope many users are going to start using it. Yes, absolutely, we have.
Okay, that's great. Also, the next one is for Siri. Siri, is the full version of BRCM a part of this work suite?
Yes, it does, and you will get the full version as you mentioned as well, Minashi.
Okay, that's great. So I don't see any more questions for now. Let me just go through the rest of my presentation, and then if we have any questions, we can go back to these. So if you're looking for any learning content to learn at your own pace, we have a number of options. We have a YouTube channel with a number of playlists. Please go through it. The playlist is growing, like today's session will go up on the YouTube channel as well. And we have on-demand webinars that you can go through. Like we had a series of webinars that may help you if you're working on power generation infrastructure, like that's right here. Then we had one to help users migrate from AutoPlant to OpenPlant, and one showcasing the interoperability between MicroStation Open Buildings and OpenPlant Modeler. So we also have Bentley communities to answer any of your questions. If you're an existing user, you can also be on the lookout for physical events and classroom training. Like we had earlier this year in Singapore, we hosted free OpenPlant training, and we will be hosting more such sessions in 2024 as well. And for those of you who are affiliated with academic institutions, all our software is completely free of cost, as Bentley supports the young professionals who are entering the industry and helps them upskill. And we're also running a Cyber Week discount this week, ending Friday, which is tomorrow, the 1st of December. Do look it up, and all our software is available at 20% discount on our website. And the deal, of course, ends tomorrow. And that's pretty much what we have for today. And those are email IDs. Please feel free to reach out to us. Anything from you, Patrick, Alvin, Siri?
No, thank you for taking the time. So everyone, obviously I can't see you guys, but I hope it was a lot of new information, and certainly very excited about this Plant Design WorkSuite, as we will reach out to many more users with this very attractive pricing, for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good day.